This video is sponsored by Dashlane. In today's digital era, staying safe online is of utmost importance. That's why Dashlane, the password manager and VPN recommended by Apple and Google, is here to keep your information safe. Dashlane has a password generation tool to generate secure passwords for you instantly, as well as a secure vault that encrypts and stores them for you. If any one of your online accounts get compromised, Dashlane will immediately notify you with a security breach alert. If that's not enough, it even saves a lot of your time by autofilling repetitive personal information. Dashlane is completely free to use for your first device, so head over to dashlane.com/ScareTheater to test the waters. If you want to upgrade to Premium to experience Dashlane's VPN or dark web monitoring, you can use the promo code ScareTheater to get 10% off. Get Dashlane today and keep yourself safe online. In 1950, L. Ron Hubbard wrote a self-help book called Dianetics that explored the relationship between the mind and body. This book became so successful that a couple years later, Hubbard expanded upon this idea to create a religion that we now know as Scientology. The main belief of Scientology is that people are immortal alien beings that are trapped in a human body. By undergoing a series of teachings, however, one can free themselves of their human form. Although not much more outlandish than some other religious beliefs, Scientology tends to get a lot of flack, since a lot of these classes they offer that promise enlightenment often end up costing thousands upon thousands of dollars. Additionally, they've been involved with a lot of sketchy and often illegal behavior, including blackmail and harassing members of the church that go against them. Today, we look at a particularly unsettling case of a Redditor that had a run-in with the Church of Scientology. This begins on November 25th, 2018, when the user DoCity7Throw made a post asking for advice on how to get Scientology off his back. He explained that while out with a few of his friends, they were handed some tickets for a free personality test at the Church of Scientology. He didn't want to go, but one of his friends that was actually in Scientology insisted that they went. Upon arriving, one of his friends took a 200-question personality test. Ever since then, this person has been receiving mail from the Church of Scientology every 2 weeks or so. Despite going back to the church to confront them about this, they insist that he isn't on any of their mailing lists. This apparently isn't uncommon for Scientology to do to people. In fact, many of the commenters even told him the only way to get them to stop was to threaten legal action. Strangely enough, the original poster seemed to have a change of heart out of nowhere, saying he sorted it all out without any legal action. His next post baffled everyone. It was titled, "After contemplating it, I finally decided to join the church." The post simply led to a picture of a Scientology contract that he signed. All he had to say for himself in the comments was, "Oh my god, ever since I stepped back into the doors of Scientology, they have treated me really well. I promise you that all the bad stuff you hear about them is false." He seemed to be totally brainwashed, but every time someone pointed out the mistake he was making, he simply responded with things like, "I find it sad that the church has this bad of a name. Let me make my own decisions, please." His next two posts were posted on the Today I Effed Up subreddit. The first of which was titled, "Today I effed up by joining a cult and my house getting broken into because of it." He explains how he was at a vulnerable point in his life, which led him to being an easy target for Scientology. After joining, he spent $4,000 on their books, clothes, and a joining fee. After 4 days in the church, they told him he was exceptional and wanted to send him to the New York Scientology church. He spent 5 days there, and when he came back home, his house was ransacked. When he checked his security footage, he discovered 3 Scientology members raiding his house. He promised to upload the security footage after the police investigation was over. His final post was made 3 months later. He explained that he moved houses 3 times and bought 2 handguns for self-defense. People from the cult continued to follow his social media activity, and at one point, he even snapped this picture of someone walking around his property. As disturbing as the events this person experienced are, the authenticity of it all is very questionable. One of the posts by this person received over 10,000 upvotes, yet very few actually tried verifying any of this. Aside from the fact that the events unfolded in a suspiciously close time period, a lot of the things posted by the original poster just don't add up. When this guy announced that he decided to join the church, only 3 days after he complained about them harassing him with mail, he posted this picture of the signed contract, which he now deleted. What's interesting is that, if you Google Scientology contract, this is one of the first images to appear. As some Reddit users have pointed out, this is literally identical to the signed contract that the original poster uploaded. It has the same scan line underneath the first bullet point, and the symbol at the bottom is faded in the same way. He almost certainly just printed this one out. If that's not enough, later on, he said in the security footage that he reviewed from the house break-in, there were people wearing robes that looked identical to the Scientology robes that he bought. This is just a flat-out lie because Scientology members don't even wear robes, which I'm sure also explains why he never released the security footage, despite promising to do it nearly 7 months ago now. Just about everything in this guy's story says that it's a hoax. Now, just because this particular story was fabricated, that doesn't discount the disturbingly large number of stories posted by real ex-Scientology members. A lot of the methods of harassment described here have actually been used by the Church of Scientology. One particularly horrific part of Scientology is the Hole, an alleged prison camp where Scientology members that go against a Scientology leader are punished. Although its existence is denied by the church, there are some pretty horrific stories of things that go on there, which I'll be discussing in a future video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the flip side.